No, don't wait for us.
It's stuck.
Man down. Man down. Explorer's been hit. Explorer, Astronaut is off structure. Dr. Stone is off structure. Dr. Stone detached.
The movie Gravity turning Hollywood on its head by breaking box office records with an almost unthinkable spread of moviegoers, young and old, men and women, sci-fi fans, and even art house critics. But the movie, well, it almost didn't get made because conventional film wisdom said it would flop. Here with what I think is the delicious backstory is Don Steinberg. He covers entertainment for us. Don, I want to talk first about all the reason these so-called Hollywood experts originally thought that Gravity would flop. What was top of the list?
I think, it was not enough action, too much talking, and the actors were too old.
Well, number one, if you go to this movie and you think there's not enough action, I don't know how you could possibly think that. And number two, I saw people, kids, teenagers, teenage boys on the edge of their seat, not checking a gadget once during this film. The box office sales and the scope of these moviegoers, this all bears out that maybe these Hollywood people have no idea what they're talking about. Just walk us through some of the eye-popping stats that Gravity has achieved.
Well, one of the most amazing things to Hollywood is that the percentage of audience over 35 was amazing, and it's appealing to older viewers and younger viewers. I think it was 59% of the opening weekend audience was over 35. Another thing is that they made about 55 million opening weekend and only dropped just I think like 21% for the second weekend, which is remarkable, and actually did better on this Monday than on the previous Monday. So the word of mouth is really getting people to go and bring other people to see it, because they say, check this out.
Now up to almost 200 million in worldwide receipts. Many critics, and I happen to agree with them, think Sandra Bullock is perfect in this role. Who were the movie makers actually thinking about before she and George Clooney signed on to the film?
They had, talked about Angelina Jolie and Robert Downey Jr., Natalie Portman came up, Naomi Watts. The funny thing was, somebody on Twitter said, I'm so glad this movie didn't get made 10 years ago so we wouldn't have to see Bruce Willis and Julia Roberts in space.
And speaking of in space, the 3D effects in space in this movie were pretty unbelievable. I am not, in general, a 3D fan. I'm one of those people who kind of sort of feels queasy when I'm watching 3D, but I cannot imagine having seen this film not in 3D. That seems to be the experience of a lot of people out there. Yes, Don?
It is. It's unusual that more people are seeing it in 3D than 2D. People are saying you have to see it in 3D, and it's not unclear whether that format will succeed in the long run, but this is really giving it a bump, and especially older people are seeing their first 3D movies.
All right, Don Steinberg, thanks so much. He's here with all the hoopla, which it seems was justified now around Gravity. Thanks so much, Don.
Thanks, Wendy.